YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy ConcisetheBarber. In this video, we are doing a concise review. And in this review, I could not wait to actually get this trimmer. This is the StyleCraft X trimmer. Recently just came out. Let's get into this unboxing and let's see what I have to say about it.
CTB, you know who it is.
All right, so the first thing I like talking about is the price. And the price for these is $229.95 on StyleCraft website. You might find it cheaper in some other barber supply stores. If not, if you do go strictly on the website, I would definitely say use my discount code CONCISE15. But that is the price, $230 basically for this trimmer. Now that is up there. I always expect a lot once a trimmer goes past the $200 range, and let's see if this really fits my ideal trimmer at that price range. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is the power and battery life. The power on these is 8,500 SPMs with a runtime of 4 hours and a charge time of 2 hours. That is basically the base. I always expect the 3 or 4 hour runtime when it comes to the StyleCraft products and 2 hour runtime. I appreciate that. Now this is the new intuitive vector motor that is in this. So this does rev up just like how the Metal Instincts does or the clipper and the trimmer. So that is nice that it does that. I'm not sure what it revs up to, but I think that it's just capped at 8,500 SPMs. I could be wrong. I actually do like the fact that it's around there, but you know, I'll talk a little bit later in the video. So that is the power and battery life for this trimmer. Not mad at that. So for the packaging, StyleCraft, I will have to say it's basically the same as, you know, design of everything else that they would. Usually it comes with, this comes with 3 lids, a white and a red. And also it comes with a screwdriver, oil, a USB cord, a charger, also the zero gap cutter. And honestly, that alone in itself, to me, I do like that zero gap cutter. It's one of the best modifications, like zero gap and blade modifications out there. It's just so simple, you know, of a thing to tweak and learn how to use. And that's why I like it so much. But shout out to StyleCraft for always, it seems like that's going to be added in the majority of their stuff now. So if I was y'all didn't get that zero gap cutter, and the only way to get it, it seems like with the clipper or the trimmer, just have to find which one has that at a lower price if you guys are not wanting to get this or the Instincts or whatever. But that zero gap cutter is amazing. Let's talk about this design. If y'all seen my video before with the clipper, when the clipper came out, I really didn't care for the design. I really didn't care for it, just to be honest with you. The trimmer though, the trimmer does have a metal rear housing. I do like that. It has an interesting weight to it that I actually don't mind. It still is simple, but it is wider up top and then thin at the bottom. Same thing as the clipper, but me using this to line up actually feels a lot better than me using it to cut. This does not feel as sleek as the clipper. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with the back. I don't know what it is, but just honestly, this doesn't like automatically feel like it's gonna slip out of my hand like how the clipper was. So respect to that. The design of just the X, I honestly feel like they could have just did more. They could have did more, even if it wasn't something that was like done more so to the body or like any indentations or anything like that or any grooves, because everything is very slim and all of that and sleek. But they could have made more of an creative, artistic kind of like flow instead of just a X, you know. It's like mad basic, but that's what you have right there. I'm not mad at that, you know, in a sense. Power button is where the power button is where the battery indicator is. You will start seeing that blink, and once it starts to die, this does come with the black blade. I'll talk about the blades in a second. And honestly, it's a nice size. I will show you guys, I do have the Metal Instincts right here. It is basically the same size as the Metal Instincts, if you guys were wondering, but we are definitely gonna talk about that in another video. This is but this is just a basic plain design, nothing too crazy about it. But the main thing I do appreciate is that I don't feel like it's gonna slip out of my hands. If there's anything that I was really concerned about feeling like the clipper was, I was hoping the trimmer didn't feel that way, and it doesn't. So that's good that they did that. Now, let's talk about this blade. This is the one blade. This is the Black Diamond X Pro blade with the one cutter blade. Now this setup is nice, especially like when it's like real close but not all the way zero gap. This thing can still give out some crazy lines and bald very well. This at 8,500 RPMs or SPMs. I am going to be doing the test with this and some other trimmers as well to see like where does this really fit and if it's really worth getting, you know, just to be honest when it comes to the other things that they already have out there. But the blade basically is standard. You can get these throughout the whole lineup of what StyleCraft has. They put it on this, and honestly, this blade with almost any device is going to be amazing, just to be honest with you. So that's what I think about the blade. Not bad at all. It's just that is their most generic hitting best blade that they have out right now, the X Pro wide blade with the one cutter. So shout out to StyleCraft for continuing to give us this amazing blade. Now, when it comes to performance, as I just recently talked about this a little bit, this having a lower RPMs than Instincts. Instincts, I believe they revved at around 90. It's supposed to be like 95 RPMs to 11,000. When you do the real test, I think it's around 9,453 or something like that. And it still can rev up to like 11,000 or 11,500, whatever. That's a lot, right? This being at 8,500 SPMs, I honestly have to say that I actually like the speed of this better than the higher one. I know that might sound, you know, interesting to some, but I was kind of curious, like, okay, 8,500 RPMs, where is that really going to land when it comes to the Metal Instinct? And I'll do a comparison. You guys are definitely going to see that type of video and everything like that. Performance wise, it doesn't fall off, basically is what I'm trying to say by the performance that you get from the Metal Instincts. To me, this thing actually works just like it. I like that it's just a little bit softer, you know, just a little bit softer, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. It still has that hum sound. It can somewhat get loud. I mean, to be honest, depends on where you're at in the suite. It's gonna sound a lot louder, and you're in the barbershop, you probably won't matter, but it does have some sound to this. I'll be real with you, but it performs well. It performs well, and I don't expect nothing less, especially at a price point at $230. That is a lot. I had no problems with it. I can do anybody, everybody under the sun, any hair texture, not a problem, right? Now, that's my performance. When it comes to my observation, we gotta talk about it. Got to talk about it. I already talked about it being more creative, but there are some more things that could have been done. Definitely could have gave us a little bit more grooves, especially like where this plate is, where you could switch this plate out. Even if they would have had like an indentation right there, that would have been dope, but I guess they was probably worrying about how the X will look. I don't really care. They could have did a different design with it. It's this. Yeah, it's this for me. This thing still having just a USB and not USB-C. I'm really not sure why. I'm really not sure why. I had the cyborg here, and this has a USB-C. So for me, it's like at $230, I just feel like we're at a place where stuff should just be at a premium in everything. Premium feel, design, premium ways of how it charges, just a little bit of everything premium. So that's my observation. That's like one of the things I really felt like, it's like, okay, in 2025, there should be no way. And I'm mainly saying this for companies that do provide two ways of charging already. If you already provide two ways of charging, I'm not sure why the USB-C part is not already in place in all your devices. If you're not a company that does two ways of charging, then that's something different a little bit, you know? But if you provide two ways of charging for a long time already, USB-C it's a necessity, but it is what it is. So when it comes to my concise review, is this something that's going to stay on my station? Honestly, the verdict is still out when it comes to an Instinct X. Not saying that it's not a great buy or I wouldn't pick this up. I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that because I do have these here, and I just recently showed you guys the Instincts and the Cyborgs, but I also have the Sabers, and I'm going to do a video on all four of these on which ones do I really feel like you should have and which ones it's like you don't need. So the verdict is still out for me due to the fact that what I already have. But if you never had those, and if you were thinking about getting these are going to work, they're going to perform well, and I wouldn't pay $230. I would definitely use some of the discount code, or I'll try to find it somewhere where it might be, affordable for you if the price is out of your range. So that being said, I'm definitely going to do a video. I'm going to see, since it's 4 of them, I'm going to pick 2 of them that I think you probably should have on your station. I'm not really sure if this is going to stay on my station. The verdict is still out. I'm not saying that this is not amazing. It's just I already have stuff that works, if not just as well, if not better. So we will see. I'll do that video, show you guys all the specs, what's different, pros, cons, all of that jazz. But that's my thoughts when it comes to the Instinct X trimmer. I do like it, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely going to be some comparison videos going on, so you will see which one is the best suit for you. So that's my concise review, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Please make sure you guys come back, watch the next video on which of these 2 that I would pick out of the 4 if I was you. And if you guys think you might know my 2, put it in the comments. I would love to see what y'all think before I even do that observation. So appreciate y'all, love y'all, God bless.
CTB, you know who it is.